sometimes with an explosive finale. Now, Demolition on Modern Marvels. Today on New York's East Side, a battalion of high-tech machines are methodically carving away at a century-old relic, the decommissioned Con Edison Waterside Station. In 1905, Thomas Edison himself oversaw construction of this massive steam turbine power plant, which was a modern marvel of its time.
This was one of the biggest power plants in the world at one time, and at one point in the mid-1900s, it powered half of Manhattan.
The Mizaki Wrecking Company is now demolishing the plant to make way for a new condominium project. To safeguard its underground utilities, New York City forbids explosive demolition. So workers are dismantling the structure one piece at a time.
Right now we have burners burning inside, burning the boilers apart. Whatever our equipment can't reach, we will burn by hand.
As burners cut away sections of the boiler, hydraulic shears grab hold of the debris. They pass the pieces off to nimble haulers, known as skid steers, that drag the debris outside. Here, a Hitachi EX750 excavator with a grapple attachment moves the debris to a staging area, where it will be loaded onto trucks. But when it comes to sheer brute force, nothing can compete with this beast. The Genesis 1500R hydraulic shear. Weighing in at a hefty 28,000 pounds, 1500R's massive maw chomps down with a shattering 2,800 tons of cutting force. That's enough to slice steel beams 1 3/4 inches thick, like they're made of tinfoil. The shear owes its awesome power to a process known as hydraulic multiplication of force. Hydraulics work by using a piston to compress a fluid, usually oil. Any force applied to one piston will be transmitted along a pipe to another piston. But if one piston is made to have a surface area 10 times greater than the other, the larger piston will move 1 unit for every 10 units that the smaller piston moves, but at 10 times the force. Therefore, 100 pounds of pressure applied to the smaller piston will create 1,000 pounds of pressure in the larger piston. It's this multiplication of force that empowers a shear to snap steel. Mizaki's massive shear is attached to an EX850 excavator.
This joysticks pull it back and it booms it up, push it down, and it obviously booms it down. Swing left, the whole machine swings to the left, to the right, swings to the right, and this joystick pushes the shear out, pull it back, it pulls it in, and these 2 buttons up here, they rotate it right and left. Shear opens and closes right here. Open to the left, close to the right.
The shear attachment is so massive, it sometimes teeters the excavator onto its tippy toes.
It's really fun to operate, and it gets the job done.
When attached to the EX850 excavator, the 1500R can reach up about 3 stories. But some sections of the power plant rise more than 12 stories. To reach that high, a special type of demolition machine is required. Get ready for the LRD Ultra High Reach Boom. If ever a machine has deserved to be called a mechanical dinosaur, this is it.
This is replacing the swinging the old ball and crane. This is the new modern version of that. It's a lot safer. It's a lot more controlled demolition. We could take down a 3-story structure next to a 1-story house without damaging the house next door, slowly with precision due to the capabilities of the machine.
Operated with the same basic controls as the EX850 excavator, the LRD reaches up 125 feet to literally chew buildings apart. It's easy to spot a building where an LRD has been feeding. But if this long-necked monster isn't tall enough for you, Mazaki Wrecking has an even more towering one. Custom built for the company, this LRD can reach an incredible 160 feet. The LRD's massive tool head incorporates 2 types of cutting implements.
This is a shear, this is the teeth for the shear, and this is the pulverizing end. These are called the pulverizer teeth. They cut through the concrete. There's 3 of those. This attachment is universal, that it can demo concrete, and it can also cut steel beams with the shear.
When it comes to high-powered machines of destruction, the work they accomplish is only as good as the people that operate them.
It's very, very satisfying work. You realize you're part of the future. You're part of what's replacing that structure. Most of our people work locally, so for them, it's reinventing the city they live in, the place that they call home.
New York City is no place better to do work. It's such a challenge, you know?
After titans like these demolish a structure, the debris itself is demolished by a different array of powerful machines and turned into materials to help build the future.